Hello and welcome to the Bare Knuckle Casual. Last week was unreal, wasn't it? Mohegan Sun 3, that really delivered, didn't it? And if that's what we're getting now, when it comes to 2026, this is the first quarter of fucking 2026, and we're getting that now. Imagine what it's going to be like for the rest of the year. It's going to be unreal. If you ask me, BKFC is just going like that. Okay, simple as that. That's why I'm interested in it. Okay, so let's listen. I'm not fully educated in BKFC and stuff like that. I'm still trying to learn it, all that kind of thing. But what we're going to do here is what we always do here. We do bets. We do bets, yeah. We did best last week. The best went about probably 60% in my favour. Okay, so not great, but not a complete disaster. Okay, so we're doing all right. And but look at what we're going to do here, right? We're not going to be looking at my face for too long, right? We're going to talk about the fights on last weekend. I'm going to let you know how bad or good my bets went. Okay. We're going to talk about a few of the videos I made during the week about some of the fighters and stuff like that. And yeah, pretty much like that. But before we do any of that, now I don't know about anyone else that's out there. I mean, if you've been following this channel, you know what's coming up. All right. Before we talk about the fights, before we talk about the bets, before we talk about anything else, what do we do on this channel? Now I don't know if this is gonna be popular thing or not, but look at what we do here now at this stage is we split the fucking F. We don't split the G around here anymore. We split the F. Alright? And then we start talking stuff. Okay, so see the way we have this white line down here. So we want to get that white line just in the middle of them two lines on that F. That's the way I look at it anyway. That's the way I want it. Okay, so if we get that line down to in the middle there, that's it. That's the job. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so Jesus Christ, that's actually quite good. That's actually quite good. I'm trying to get in between those two lines, but just above it. So doesn't work this time. But anyway, look, that's the end of that. We're gonna start talking about fights after this and talk about the bets and so on and that. Okay, so look, see you on the other side. Okay. Okay, so listen. Thanks very much for watching the first bit of this video. Really appreciate that. Splitting the F is a thing around here. But anyway, look at we're going to talk about the fights there last week. Hayes versus Moreno. And I go through my bets here on the top of these. So obviously I went for Hayes on this one. So didn't work out well for me on that one. But I have to say Hayes did really well in fairness to her, like, you know what I mean? And obviously these two women were the first with debuting. So, and this setup, it probably wasn't the best fight of the night, but at the same time, for two women that are testing out what it's like to do bare knuckle and stuff like that, it's a good fight for them, you know? And I guarantee you, Hayes will be back in there at some stage. Moreno's definitely is going back in again because Moreno seems to be taking ownership in terms of our branding and so on now, which goes with the old 007 type stuff. So yeah, happy days. And I was talking to Moreno during the week, and I have to say she's been very nice to me altogether. It's like accommodating, you know. Some of the there's a lot to be said for if you get in touch with a BKFC fighter and you send them a message and stuff like that, and if you get back to you, it means a lot. I have to say, it really does. But so anyway, the next fight was David Sanchez and David Burke. We'll just skip on to this one here. Next one. Unfortunately for me, David Sanchez. When it comes to putting the bets on, David Sanchez was better odds. I knew for some reason. Look, I know it's silly. You know someone's going to win, but you tend to might put money on someone that can't win just to see, just for better odds and stuff like that. But yeah, David Sanchez was pretty much crash test dummies. Pretty much that's what David Sanchez was here, unfortunately. But I know David Burke was meant to fight somebody else, but whatever happened there, I don't know what. But anyway, we'll go on to. I lost that one, unfortunately. So we go on to Taylor Dagner and Alexandria Bellew. Okay, so next fight we're talking about is Joshua Whiteside against Isaiah Williams. Whiteside won his promotional debut by TKO against Isaiah Williams in round 2. In this fight, now I have to say, in my own opinion, like Williams was really dominating the fight from the very beginning, and unfortunately for him, I think he actually thought that he had Whiteside beaten up. I think Whiteside thought he had him won. You know what I mean? Early on, so I think that made him be a bit complacent. He was really being savage when it comes to his uppercuts and so on and that. But fair play to Whiteside. Whiteside didn't take any shit. He kept standing up. I know he got knocked down a few times, but he ended up winning that fight. So, unfortunately for me, I went for Williams in that one. I went for Williams in terms of betting. So that's 2 I lost this stage. 3 I lost. So fair play to Joseph Peters for defeating Maurice Horn by TKO in round 3. In terms of betting, I had Joseph Peters in this one. So thanks very much, Joseph, for making me win some money here. So we move on to the next one, okay? Yeah, that was a nasty cut that Joe Peters had in his face, like, but he won the round, he won the fight, so fair play to him. Fair play to Joseph. I've been talking to him on Instagrams there, so I really appreciate that when fighters come back to me, like, because considering I don't have a lot of followers and stuff like that, but I have to say, fair play, Ryan does get back to me. I greatly appreciate it. I have to say that. So we'll move on to the next fight, okay? Yeah, this one here. Like, I really thought. Yeah. Joseph Whiteside halted Gideon Biani by a TKO in just 34 seconds of the first round. So I forwarded on this wee bit, so we might see wee bit of that. But unfortunately, I had my money on Biana, you know that, and yeah, obviously didn't do the job. He got knocked out pretty quick. Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight. Considering it's only 24 seconds of round 1, we just chance our arm and we try and let this play out, see how it goes, okay? Unfortunately, hopefully YouTube doesn't give me a copyright strike on this video, okay?
263.2 pounds. His pro boxing record stands at 7 fights, and tonight he toes the line ready for bare knuckle fight number 3. Fighting out of Broward County.
This might, I don't know, this guy that's going to be a challenge for Sambo Perdomo, but he's definitely there. He's definitely in the running at some stage, you know what I mean, after this fight.
Tonight he wears black. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, an even 257 pounds. His BKFC record stands undefeated at 2-0. Fighting out of Waterbury, Connecticut.
Just remember, this video only, this fight's only like goes 24 seconds, so it ain't going to last that long. We'll just play this here just to see how it goes, just for the crack, okay?
Joe White told us, I want to settle in the mid-range, but then use my speed and be elusive in the mid-range. Dan Mergliata bringing both fighters up to scratch. The bell, round number 1. Black trucks for the Brazilian Guilherme Viana.
In fairness to Joseph, he looks a bit chubby, like, in fairness to him, like, and, like, you know, but at the end of the day, he's got the skill, you know what I mean? He's got the skill to take out Vianney, you know what I mean? There you go, job done. You know, yeah. You have to say, in fairness, when it comes to the BKFC, like people say, it's very brutal and stuff like that. But in fairness, the referees, they do finish the fights, do cut off the fights very quick. You know what I mean? They don't take any chances. You know what I mean? So I definitely have to give them credit for that. Okay, so look, that's that one. I lost in that one, unfortunately, but we move on to the next one. Oh my God, now, this was some fight for two women. This was probably Taylor Dagner, Alexandra Paliu. You know, I had no idea that this fight would be so good, but it was on effing real. And the two girls definitely deserved a draw, okay? So, I had money on Dagner on that one, and actually won a few pounds on that one, which is great. But we're going to move on to the next one. I'll tell you one thing, if this is the way BKFC women fights is going to be from now on, but I'll tell you one thing, it's going to become very, very, very popular, you know. Yeah. It got very brutal. I did, you know. So we're going to move on to Belletto, Gary Belletto. Have to say, oh my God. Now I've noticed he is so calm in there. You know what I mean? Like, even he seemed, there's times in that fight that it looked like he was in trouble, but the whole time he looked so fucking calm, which is, if you ask me, I think that's really dangerous in terms of opponent. You know what I mean? If you're struggling, if it's a case that if you're a fighter, you know what I mean? And you're not daunted by defeats or daunted by being hit or daunted by whatever, and you're completely calm the whole time. Gary Belletto is calm the whole time, all the time, in his fight, and that's it. And I have to say, that is a real recipe. That's it. He's a cool looking dude, and I think he's up to like Kai Stewart or something like that would be, be in trouble if you came across Gary, I have to say, you know what I mean? But, because like the guy who's fighting here, Adam DeFreitas, like he looks like a real brawler, like a real, you know what I mean? He looks like a lad who's going to kick your ass big time. But I have to say, Gary Belletto, He did the business. Fair play to him, you know.
Castle.
Quote, a painful jab.
It's going to move it on here now. It's just the next. There's something new I'm trying. Just I play the fights here and talk over them a wee bit. I think people need to start doing reaction videos straight after these fights because it's fucking badly needed, you know. So Harry Jiggalati defeated Timmy Mason by TKO in round 2 after recovering from an early knockdown. You know, like fair fucking play, and fair play to Timmy Mason. Like he's fit to take some serious shots. You know what I mean? And but Harry Jiggalati, I've been listening to a few interviews of him lately, and he seems to be a man on a mission. And I won money on him last week. Now I have to say, so fair play to Harry. You know, so we move on to the next one. I know Harry, he actually called out Kai Stewart at the end of this fight, and fair play to him. You have to shoot for the stars, man. You have to shoot for the stars. You know what I mean? You have to go fucking no harm in fucking, you know. And Kai Stewart, you'd imagine he'd be gagging for a bit of competition, you know. So this is Rico DeCilio against Elijah Harris, and I won money on Rico DeCilio. Fair play, Rico, did the job. Ending at TKO at 107 of the 5th round after delivering seven knockdowns throughout the contest.
To get our feature fight of the evening started, we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen,
has to be careful. He can't just stand here and trade punches with his opponent.
7 knockdowns. Savage, you know. Fair play to Rico, he did the job, and we go on to the next one, okay?
The king. They're fucking the king of cringe, that's about it. Not one finish in what, 5 years? Please. Disgusting. Hey, all I know is the
Another guy calling out Kai Stewart, huh?
What's going on, guys? So, you guys having fun tonight? All right, listen, I know I said this earlier, but I went and back and I told these fighters, I said, listen, I said, you guys can be tall.
This was unreal, this event.
Balls. And these guys have the biggest balls in the world. So because of that, I am bonusing every single fighter on this card tonight. Every fighter.
Well done, David, huh? Everyone appreciates that. You know what I mean? If it's not for the fighters, there's going to be no BKFC, there's going to be nothing. Absolutely zero, it's zilch, you know what I mean? So, these guys need to be looked after big time, you know? So, fair play to David for that one, alright? So, it was some event that Mohegan Sun card on effing real. And for someone that doesn't really know much about BKFC, I'm telling you, it's throwing me in there big time. So next fight, Pat Casey. So Casey didn't say earlier, Rico DeCilio, I won money in him, happy days. And Pat Casey, I won money in him. Thanks very much, Pat. Zeb Vincent, he's been there a long time, and Pat Casey, he just came in and secured a unanimous decision. So hope to God see Zeb Vincent out again. Definitely going to see Pat Casey yet again. So we move on to the next one.
Directly backwards. And he's all about defense in this fight, he says. The right knee touch.
Yeah, Zeb Vincent seems to be more interested in playing up to the crowd than he was, you know, focusing on the fight. You know what I mean? That's probably a bit of a downfall on his at that thing, but we'll see him out again at some stage, you know. What fight are we on here?
Yourself, no more MMA, just bare knuckle. What do you want next? Who do you want to fight?
You know, I believe I belong in the top 5, so I would like to fight a guy that's going to get me to that position. I think this is 4 wins in a row. I can't even count him. 4 wins in a row now. Multiple finishes in the first round. I'm ready to fight the best guys in the world.
Hey,
Fair play to him, huh? Fair play to him. Let's go.
And Margliata. And now, with our BKFC fans watching live.
Okay, so Hayes, Wilson, and
on the BKFC app. Here at one of the most exciting overall fight nights in BKFC.
So, Parker Porter and Hayes Wilson. I had money on Hayes Wilson on this one, unfortunately. But listen, fair play to Parker Porter. He seems to have a mission. I know he's an ex-UFC fighter. Probably wants to make a move for maybe the championship at some stage, but you know, fair play. But I tell you one thing, that Mohegan Sun card was on effing real. And I tell you one thing, if that's what we're getting now at the first quarter, we'd say, of 2026, my God, we are in for a treat for the rest of the bloody year. Okay, so look at, I'm going to leave the bets here at this stage. Looks like I got about probably 6% of my bets right last week. So that's the end of that. And then we're going to talk about some of the videos I put together this week and so on like that. Okay, thank you. $7.99 for BKFC. It ain't. It's worth every penny, I tell you. Okay, so just for the crack, I just wanted to show you my Instagram page, where I tend to put a lot of my stuff up at the moment. So what I try to do is that I try to make videos about fighters that are that I'm doing well and stuff like that, or that won. What I like to do is that I try to get in touch with the fighter, say before an event. I send them a message and see if they get back to me or not. And if you do, that's great. If you don't, whatever it is, that's fine. You don't expect too much, you know what I mean? These people are busy, like, you know. But what I do is that, especially after an event, if someone wins, I try to make a video about them or something like that. But I do like to make videos of fighters before an event, you know what I mean? Kind of give them a bit of emotion, like, you know what I mean? Or look, I just like to get involved in the whole thing, you know what I mean? Because the BKFC is definitely something I'm very interested in, you know? And I definitely, like, it's a really interesting community here. Like, it's really friendly. Everyone's like, oh yeah, you want to do this? Oh yeah, happy days. Like, want a ham of that? Like, yeah, give me a ham of that. Yeah, no worries, like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, there's no gatekeepers here, but looks of things. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I made this video about Harry Gigolati, and the whole point was it's to try and maybe encourage maybe the BKFC to give him a fight against Kai Stewart on the July card. That's going to be in Philadelphia in a few months.
Congratulations to Harry Gigliotti on a dominant TKO victory. Incredible performance, ending in a knockout. Kai Stewart is done.
I thought it was very good.
Congratulations to Harry
that's my own
Gigliotti on
opinion,
a
you know what I
dominant
mean?
TKO victory.
So, our next video I made was for Joe Peters. I turned him into a green silverback gorilla. Do you know what I mean? He's after winning this fight. He's happy out. Bags of cash. Jumps out of Mohegan Sun. Into the car. Away he goes. Happy days.
Ladies and gentlemen, your TKO winner, Joe Peters.
The next one I made was for Joshua Whiteside. He likes to call himself the Jigsaw, so I turned him into a Jigsaw. Do you know what I mean? I know this isn't a great video, but I liked it. I really liked the way he is breaking up in Jigsaw and stuff like that, you know?
Just the beginning.
Fair play to Joshua, like, you know what I mean? He's like, obviously, you know, willing to go through a serious amount of punishment to win that fight, you know what I mean? He's like a guy that doesn't stay down for too long, like, he's willing to get up the whole time, which was a great lesson for us all, you know? Next one was Joseph White. Fair play to Joseph White.
Scumbag, any lowlife, any maggot.
He calls himself the Punisher, so I kind of put him into a Punisher mask and car at the end, whatever, and way off with a bag of cash, you know.
Any scumbag.
So the next one I made was the two girls, Taylor Dagner, Alexandria, like Talma and Louise here, you know. That's what I was trying to go for.
Hell yeah, don't drop the cash. We're getting out of here.
These women are legends. You know what I mean? Oh, anyone that's involved in BKFC are fucking legends. That's the end of it. That's it. You know what I mean?
We gave everything about this out with. We earned this.
The winner by unanimous
and
decision.
Nadia Moreno. Fair play, Nadia. She actually liked this video herself, like, so I have to give her. I was really delighted with that, you know.
The winner by unanimous
When you make videos of fighters and stuff like that, and they like it, whatever, that kind of thing, it's you know, it's really appreciated. You know what I mean? So, look, I know this is a small. Hang on, we might just turn this off. Oh, here's Harry Gigliotti. You know, I like this video actually. This last one made last night.
Congratulations to Harry Gigliotti on a dominant.
Turn up the volume a wee bit.
Incredible performance, ending in a knockout. King Stewart is done.
The whole point of this video was to maybe try and put Kai Stewart and Harry Gigliotti into a main event on that July card for the BKFC in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? So, wouldn't that? I don't know. I thought it'd be good. I know there's what you call it, Anthony Garrett wants to fight with Anthony Garrett wants to fight with Mick Terrell as well, if you know what I mean. So you can imagine England versus America, you know what I mean, and then Harry Gigliotti would be technically probably Italian against American. Now, unfortunately, maybe America's not going to get that far, we'd say, in the World Cup. Okay, so Bare Knuckle Fighting, Honolulu, April the 11th. So that's going to be the next time we get a chance to put on a few bets or watch a few fights. So, look at, really appreciate you taking time out to watch the video. Really do. listen, please try and follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bare Knuckle Casual. Okay, so look at this is where we do around here. It's not perfect, but look at we're making things up as we go along, and look at things are going to get better the whole time. Okay, so we're going to try and make things better. Maybe I might try and do a few interviews later on down the line. I'm getting in touch with BKFC fighters at the moment, so if I get my setup done properly, I'll definitely be doing some interviews, which would be well worth it, you know, because bare knuckle is where it's at the moment. This is where, when it comes to combat sports, bare knuckle is it. It's entertaining, it's well run, like, and all the fighters have their own little personas, personalities, and stuff like that, and they really fucking try and deliver that, and yeah, so bare knuckle. So thank you very much for watching, and thanks so much for listening. See you in the next one. This is me out from the Bare Knuckle Casual. Good luck.